and gentlemen. Today we are going to talk about the COVID-19, our lessons and perspectives, focusing on the government's solution and responses. COVID-19 is a central issue all over the world. It was then known and detected in Wuhan, China, and it was first reported on China on December 31 of 2019. This issue was then declared on January 30 of 2020 and continued until February 11 of 2020. The World Health Organization announced a name for the new coronavirus disease called COVID-19. The coronavirus is being considered as pandemic. That means the virus are continuously affecting the high portion of the population all over and continues to evolve. Last March 9 of 2020, our President Rodrigo Duterte has announced the suspension of classes for a week. But due to continuously rising of the number of suspicious affected of the said virus, the President or the government itself ordered a local lockdown community quarantine to Metro Manila, and that was started on March 12 of 2020 and will continue until April 14 of 2020, followed by the entire Luzon Island. The community quarantine was also started to close the stock market on March 17 of 2020. This issue continues as it reported that the COVID-19 code alert system was reached to red level, sub-level 2, last March 12 of 2020. Applying it to our subject today, English, I think that the government is doing its best to help our country to fight this pandemic. For example, the AFP, who are helping to serving people and securing the land as its main role, it's their duty to help the national government to a situation like this. The AFP, together with the PNP, are both addressing the pandemic issue, the enforcement of a community quarantine in Metro Manila, and the setting up of checkpoints to restrict the movement of people and to prevent the spread of the virus. The duties of a law enforcement never fail any situation. They are always there to assist line departments of government. They do police or law enforcement operation where they are patrolling and focusing on protecting the safety in our country. They patrol the areas where they are assigned and to which they respond to calls. The planning involves an orderly basis for policy and decision of management. They are also doing checkpoints where PNP and AFP never fails the expectation of giving security and to help maintain public safety. Also, they implemented the Upland Sita for prohibiting any kinds of transportation, which the policy or the police stop riders for questioning at checkpoints as it included in the community quarantine policies. It's so obvious that the police visibility was seen during the pandemic. The proactive approach, just like our president did, and of the others in task force. They are implementing an order before the number of virus cases arise. But on the other hand, as well as the reactive approach, where they are already confirmed cases affected to the said virus before someone responds. The deployment of troops by the military for sending troops into duty. They also implemented a curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. and a fine for those who will violate this ordinance. Just like in our city, the city of Montillano, it will be imposed with the penalty of paying a fine of 1,000 pesos for the first offense, 2,000 for the second offense, and 5,000 for the third offense. Therefore, I conclude that there are actions that the Philippine government is still doing to control the spread of the virus, just like the community quarantine and the social distancing measures for a month, the travel restrictions, suspension of classes in all levels, as well as the training schools of the Philippine National Police, and so on. In military motto, obey first before you complain. All we need to do is just to follow for our own safety and security. And the military golden rule, the boss is always right. As the bosses serve as the God and the Father of our country, the President. Let's just trust their plans for a good to a future and a hope. And we will give our opinions when this pandemic is over. Thank you.